week. Straight up winner as a 7.5-point dog, the Cardinals. Straight up winner as a 2-point favorite, up 17-9. Never a doubt the Patriots. The Patriots were a favorite last week, America. That's how you get to 9-6 on the year. Now, one important trend before we get to my first pick of the week. This year, there have been 35 instances of teams being 5.5-point favorites, or I'm sorry, 25 instances of teams being 5.5-point favorites or greater. Those dogs are 19-5-1.
Wow.
Big dogs. They are 13-12 straight up.
Wow.
And 19-5-1.
Okay.
So we are going with 3 dogs.
Huge ones?
3 big dogs. First one. Brew, you're going to agree with me here. Washington getting 7 at Baltimore. It's just too many damn points. The back door is going to be wide open the whole game. I know what you're saying. Baltimore against the NFC, Lamar against the NFC, he's 21-1. He is straight up. You know what he is against the spread? 11-11. Lamar, the last 4 years, is a favorite bigger than 3 points. 7-18. My guy doesn't like covering a big number. He's too courteous. He's like, it gives him some confidence at the end of the game. Washington +7. Next. Oh, man, Kyler Murray, best week of his life? I don't know. He just partnered with his favorite brand ever, Call of Duty. Got a big win over the San Francisco 49ers. Now he's looking for us to feel. It's like, hey, Jordan Love, why are you better than me? Why?
Totally agree.
Since when? We were drafted around the same time. You just sat out. Nobody picked you apart. I'm out here taking the team to the playoff, get my ACL blown. People caring about my video gaming habits. I think I'm better than you. Cardinals also. Kyler, 11-3-2 against the spread on the road as a 4-point dog or greater. 5.5-point dog. I don't love if the Packers have been playing. Jordan Love went full Levis last week. Take the Cardinals plus points. They might win straight up. And then last but not least, Cleveland getting 9.5. That is too many points. Wilds, I'm going to convince you with this.
Yeah.
What's Andy Reid off a bye is what? Like
really
unbeatable, basically, right? Great coach, extra time. The corollary of that, the worse coach you are, the worse you are with extra time. You saw Bob Saleh. Bob Saleh had a Thursday game, didn't play again until the next Sunday. All of a sudden scored 9 points against the Broncos, fired a week later. You gave Nick Sirianni 2 weeks to be in the lab to cook. That ain't great for Philadelphia. Also, Jalen Hurts is a favorite greater than 7. Last 8 times, 1-7 against the spread. I'm not saying Cleveland's going to win. I'm saying the Philadelphia Eagles have been one of the 5 worst teams in the NFL for their last 14 games. They should not be laying 10 points, essentially, against anyone. Grab those 9.5. So Washington +7, Arizona +5.5, Cleveland +9.5, another 3-0 week, and you get to 12-6. Oh, my goodness.
We could be 6-0 this week.
We couldn't be because the Giants aren't going to beat the Bengals.
Yeah, but you don't have that. But we could be 6-0.
Oh, yes. We have no conflicts.
Yeah, sometimes we're conflicted, but we have a chance at 6-0 this week.
Yeah, like we did last week.
The whole team.
Yeah.
I'm pulling. I'm torn.
Literally can see the future.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point of the segment.
It's time for a segment so hot, my grandmother will watch commercials for it on TV and said, oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's upset alert. Greg?
Wait. What do you mean, Greg?
Oh, I'm sorry. We have our standings first.
Standings.
Right.
Look at this. Look at coaching Greg. That's what 4 weeks in a row of not just covering outright winners. 3 of those 4 weeks right after they picked the winner, you heard this. Oh, come on. Yeah. By that side of the table, Chris Broussard.
You deserve double losses for that.
My problem is I don't understand the rules.
Okay, here's the rules.
I have no understanding.
Just win, baby.
There's the rules. But, again, just win.
I can't read that.
It's very simple.
I'm old.
If you cover, you get 1 point. If your team wins outright, you get 3 points plus the amount of points they are underdogs by. So, if you pick a 4-point dog and they win outright, you get 7 points.
Okay. Overall, also, just I know it's a competitive, we're trying to, snipe other people. Yeah. It is, so far, a very successful segment.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't just mean the rules, but, we've been winning and being very...
Yeah, we've been smart.
Savvy.
Yeah.
Trying to get you to watch, even though we're trying
exactly.
to...
Exactly. You can make money, you can get winners.
Who cares about the
It's not listed on the rules, but just good rule of thumb, because this is what got you last week. You are going to end up with 0 points if you pick the team that is playing the Chiefs. So don't do that like you did last week, but they're on a bye, so you're going to play. All right, Greg?
You definitely did that last week. So, you know what? I was looking at these games, and there was a lot of games that I kind of wanted to go with, but this one just kind of tickled my fancy a little bit because it kind of punches at you. And that's the Jacksonville Jaguars over the Chicago Bears in London.
Wow.
And guess who's back? The Prince. The Prince is
How
back.
does
Look,
that
last
punch at me?
week he had a great game, and I expect
He did.
I expect for him to build on that against a team. Let me talk about the Bears really quick. A team that's traveling over to London or in London currently without Jaquan Brisker. And if you've been watching the Bears at all this year defensively, that guy shows up and he won't be available. I think Stevenson, the corner, he might not play. That would be a big blow. Terrell Smith is already not playing. He's already ruled out. That's a corner. So Trevor, you got some pieces that are going to be missing on this defense. Take advantage of it. And, oh, by the way, when he's playing in Tottenham,
Home of the Hotspur?
Yeah.
home of the Hotspur, he hasn't lost.
I really
these
don't
are his
like that
numbers.
right-hand
too.
column.
Like, look at these numbers. He's 2-0, throwing the ball for over 300 yards a game. Look at the touchdown to interception ratio.
rock
He's going to
30
up those touchdowns. Interceptions, they're non-existent in this stadium. He doesn't throw interceptions, which are huge for Trevor Lawrence. Look at that right side, man. These are all the other stadiums. He's not as great. But over here in London, he's back.
That's why I said
He's
like
won
30 other stadiums.
He's won his last 2. He's going for 3 in a row against the lowly Bears that are without a couple pieces on defense.
Okay, that's
that might hurt
unnecessary.
them.
Sorry.
That's a good
It
pick.
may hurt them.
What are you doing right
If
now?
you hadn't
I'm
picked
checking
that,
the-
I think I may have.
Not raining, so that's good.
But it's
for me.
always foggy.
It's foggy, but it's
It's good for me. It's good for us, right? You're a Prince guy.
well,
Yeah,
this
not in
is-
this game.
You know what I mean? This is. You guys ever seen the? What was the Macaulay Culkin movie? where,
Home Alone?
No, he was the evil kid. They had to pick. Damn.
I don't remember.
Our son, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Point is, I'm trying to pick between 2 of my favorite children.
Gotcha.
And so I'm in a rough spot.
Well, Trevor's older. He's been in the family longer.
Trevor, but he's been more disappointing.
All right, here we go. I am not swinging for the fences this
That's
week
okay.
as I did last time because it's not about the points. It's just about we're a team. This one, I'm going with the Colts over the Titans.
Wow.
One thing
We can
this
go right
Thursday,
to mine.
Titans bad coach to leave us alone already. All right?
That was very
Levis.
wild.
What?
All right, so I'll play off that.
Okay.
What makes me feel good is that Will Levis is playing.
Yeah.
He was cleared. He's going to play. And
which-
we know what Levis does. They won their game last week because he didn't finish the game. All right?
Yes.
And they came back with Mason Rudolph and they won their first game of the season. We all know it. Levis is going to make a play or 2 that cost them this game. What bothers me, and it's kind of similar, and I get where the Colts are. Look, we're not winning the Super Bowl. We're not getting to the Super Bowl this year. We got to play the young guy. When I made this pick, I was really thinking Joe Flacco.
Wait.
Because Joe Flacco's 5 touchdowns, no picks this year. I mean, his last the playoff game was a bad game, but outside of that, he's been great since he's been coming back the last 2 years. But it looks like Anthony Richardson might end up playing. Now, maybe he'll run wild and use his athleticism, but I think that Titans defense is pretty tough. But I am going with the Colts.
Who are you picking?
I'm picking the Colts.
But
But I'm
picking the Colts, but it
in
is-
the upset because Levis, I think, is going to do something to get the Colts to win.
But
and
he's sad that
I'd like to
Levis
see
is
Flacco.
starting.
I felt a little better when I thought Flacco was going to start, but
In
it
other
looks like,
games, you
and it
could've-
still is possible.
Now,
But it looks like it might be
it's a personal question.
Anthony Richardson.
A lot of times I will see an upset on the board, but I'm like, I don't know if I want them to hold a spot in the quad box. Are you going to be locked in to Titans Colts?
No.
You have to be. It's part
Exactly.
of the rules.
It'll be on the set. It'll be on a set.
Okay.
It'll be on a set.
For the
'Cause I
record,
can get
a lot
them
of
all.
times we do have a
Awesome.
group chat flying around.
Yep.
I'm okay with
I
not
probably
getting
won't be
updates
as.
on this.
I will not be as.
I'm not
locked
gonna
in.
have that in my-
I'll have it
I'm
on
just
TV, but I won't be. That won't be the game.
Get
I'm
locked in. You're like, oh, did
that
you
won't
see
be one of the
Levis? And
two
we're gonna be
maybe
like,
I'm locked
no,
in.
are you rooting for Levis?
That's
Again,
just so you know, speaking of the group chat, how Brew and I feel for the last 3 years
What?
about every single Patriot update you send me.
Because Wiles doesn't have the setup we do. He's watching the Patriots game and then red zone. That's all you got.
No, I have the quad box.
Do you?
I got the quad box on my laptop.
Yeah, he's got
And my phone and red zone.
Go ahead.
I'm not rolling in it like you guys. multiple televisions here. I just got to.
Go ahead.
I'm with you, bro.
Time now for the Bucks.